Today, I'm going to show you how to make homemade fig Newtons step by step, the easy way. They turn out perfectly soft on the outside, filled with that sweet filling that we all love. I should tell you that I am going to use raisins instead of figs because they are more affordable and easier to find. The first step is to plump up the raisins by placing them in a bowl and cover them with boiling water. You're going to let them sit there for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're nice and soft. Then we drain the water out and put the raisins in a bowl of a food processor and make the filling by adding some honey, cinnamon, and then turning it on until you get a smooth mixture. By the way, I'm gonna have the measurements to this recipe and a link for you to print it out right below this video. And if you find it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. So let's make the cookie part of the dough in a large bowl by creaming the butter and sugar until it's smooth. We're gonna add the egg and the vanilla and mix for another 2 minutes. In another bowl, I'm gonna combine the flour, the baking powder, and salt. Then we're gonna add the flour to the wet mixture a little bit at a time while mixing it until a dough forms. If you can no longer mix it, give it a knead with your hands and then transfer it onto a piece of parchment paper on your counter because that's what we're gonna use to roll it out. To make this easier, we're going to roll half of the dough between 2 pieces of parchment paper, more or less into a 12 by 4 inch rectangular shape. To make a full rectangle, you're gonna use a knife and cut the edges and sides. Now, this is a really important step because it's what gives our cookies that rectangular shape that we love. Up next, I'm going to spread half of that cinnamon raisin paste along the center third of the rectangle, nearly all the way to the top and bottom edges. I'm going to use the bottom part of the parchment paper on one side to lift 1/3 of the dough rectangle and put it on top of half of that raisin paste. And then I'm going to repeat the process on the other side and gently press the dough along the center to seal it and the top and bottom edges. Now, as you can see, we have a rectangular log that you can cut into 8 to 10 pieces or cookies with a knife or pizza cutter. I'm gonna place them on my parchment lined baking sheet and bake them in the preheated oven for about 18 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. Let them cool down to room temperature before serving, and as you can see, they have that sweet middle that we love and a soft, chewy texture that makes this cookie a classic. If you love homemade snacks like this one, make sure to check out this next video.